You're listening to Short Inspirations from Ralph. Patience, a very powerful virtue. Part 1. I'm doing this particular podcast series because I am really wondering whether patience is a thing that we're losing. Genuine patience and all the things that are sort of like a cluster around that, like long suffering, like endurance, like perseverance. Perhaps this is a thing of the instantism of our age, with new inventions, new technology, with artificial intelligence, with all sorts of devices around us that can mean we can have instant gratification right now. You know, we pace impatiently in front of the microwave oven, whereas not so long ago it took hours to prepare a fire and prepare a meal. We email or text and get concerned if someone doesn't answer quickly, whereas not so long ago people used to write letters and knew that there would be a long time before a reply. We buy goods and stuff that we know only has a short lifetime. You know, in my day, and I might sound like an old codger here, we used to fix things if they broke. Now we throw them away and buy a new one. When you look at scripture, it's full of many, many verses or situations that have to do with patience and endurance. It's right through there. I think that God's timetable is different than our timetable, and this was illustrated when Jesus' friend Lazarus was dying and then died. And Jesus waited for a couple of days before he went to see them. David in Psalm 40 verse 1 says this, "I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry." In another translation, the Passion Translation, it says there, "I waited and waited and waited some more, patiently, knowing God would come through for me. Then at last he bent down and listened to my cry." That word patient or patiently is a really interesting one in the Hebrew. It's a Hebrew word that is pronounced korvor, and it has other meanings apart from patiently or tarrying or waiting upon. One meaning is to bind together, to twist together, as in two cords entwined. And I wonder whether that one of the greatest keys to a marriage or relationship is this thing called patience. Waiting through the other's imperfections and upsets that can come. Just patiently waiting. You know, one of the germs that can infect a relationship, a marriage relationship, is a thing called withdrawal. What that means is that one of the partners withdraws from the other because they're overwhelmed and they need time to think and to have their own space for a period of time before they can reapproach their partner in order to solve an issue, for example. And often in a marriage you have one person who wants space and withdraws, and another person who is impatiently trying to solve the issue now. So they might chase them around the house trying to sort it, trying to get it done now. And part of my coaching to couples, particularly to the one who wants to solve it quickly, is to give the other person time. Wait patiently for that person to come to a point where they can talk calmly about something that's going on. And of course the one that's withdrawn, my advice to them is to promise to return so that the other person doesn't think the sky is going to fall in their head and everything's over. Another meaning of this powerful virtue of patience is to collect or to gather together. And that has made me wonder whether there is actually quite an attraction to to someone who's patient. In other words, they can not only wait, but they develop a calmness about them, and even the portrayal that there is wisdom involved in their waiting. I'll finish this episode with a great quote. I'm not sure who it's from, but it says this: "Impatience is the root of all your problems. You cannot force life to give you answers. You must let them unfold before you." Very wise. God bless you.